What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with All the Queens Men Season 4, Episode 14, Backstabbers, y'all. Before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure you like all the videos so I can stay in the algorithm, y'all. I appreciate y'all getting me up to, I want to say 452. Shout out to y'all, not me, y'all. Because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be at 452. So thank you. Y'all know I get really happy. Thank you so much. I really hope y'all like my content. Come on in, take a seat, get a load off. I just want y'all to know, like, I hope I give y'all, as I grow each day and as I do it each day, try to give y'all better quality as I move forward every day. Like, that's really my goal, to give y'all really good content. Anyway, so the episode starts with Gene. Y'all know he had mad at Bees because he think that his hit person, one who was the one who actually robbed Madam, he thought he was getting ready to meet her, but to his surprise, he actually ended up meeting Madam. So, she tell him, listen, I heard that it was you that set me up. So he's in there, y'all, shaking like booty meat because he's scared, right? So she was like, listen, I'm not gonna harm you. I'm here just to talk to you. So she asked the lady in the back, hey, can you bring me some cookies and milk? Chocolate chip cookies and milk. So he actually told Madam, I didn't want to say those. I didn't want to testify against you. They subpoenaed me. The way you got up there and almost sung like a bird, you was ready and willing and able. You was just a willing participant in sending this lady to jail because your ultimate goal was to take her club. You and her raggedy sister, right? So she offered him some cookies because she know he ain't gonna turn it down. So she was like, you want a cookie? She was really nice. And he was like a kid. Yeah, I want a cookie. So he took the cookie and he ate it. So then he started choking up, right? And so he was like, you sure these chocolate chip cookies? And so she was like, yeah, but I grounded some walnuts in it. And so he was like, well, I'm allergic to walnuts. She was like, oh yeah, I know. And so she was like, you know what, don't worry about it, I got an EpiPen for you. So she gave him the EpiPen, and it was a training EpiPen, so it wasn't helping him. Y'all, he looked like his whole throat was closing up, and baby, he was out of there. I guess we had done sealed his fate. So she asked the girl who worked the front area. She was like, hey, girl, I haven't seen your mom in a long time. Thank you for making those cookies. And I'm just like, didn't they have other people in there? Where was Tony? I got questions. But okay, like, it is what it is. So we get over to the therapist's office, and the light-skinned, Jamaican lady keep asking Blue, about Madam. Talking about, did your boss ask you to unalive cat? And Blue was like, no, I told you I don't want to talk about my boss. So, I guess for me, I just wanted to know, like, why would you tell her that? Why would you tell her that you unalived your girlfriend? And then, so now she's trying to put two and two together. For me, I don't trust her. I don't know. It's just something about her, because you keep asking about Madam. And so she tell Blue, she was like, well, maybe she just manipulating you and gaslighting you. Blue was like, no, she wouldn't do that to me. And so she was like, well, maybe you attracted to her. She is an attractive woman. And I was like, wait a minute. How you know? How do you know what Blue's boss look like? How do you know how Madam look? Unless you're familiar with Madam, but you don't even know who her boss is. So how do you know how her boss look? in order for you to say she's attractive. I just that just kind of stuck out to me like a sore thumb. It may not be nothing, and I could be reaching, y'all. Let me know. I could be reaching. So, Madam asked over at the court in the courtroom. Madam asked Lovett, should I testify? And he was like, nah, we got this in a bag. So DA Rod's walking, smiling ear to ear. So Madam was like, what she smiling for? Right? She's still sitting there, ain't saying nothing. She just got a smile on her face. Of course, she have something up her sleeve. So over at the gym, my baby daddy, my man, Doc, y'all know, he tells Midnight walk up, they dap. He told Midnight what happened, what he overheard Jean telling Tony. And they don't know that that's Aunt Mama. They just know that that was Jean talking to another woman about taking Madam's club. And so, Midnight, he was like, have you told Madam? He was like, no, with her being out on trial, I haven't said anything. Y'all know Midnight loyal to it. I love Midnight and I love his loyalty, right? Even Doc is really loyal. But as I stated before, Midnight is more loyal than the rest of them. But they all loyal to Madam. I just feel like Midnight is the number one loyal dancer or person that works for her. So Midnight was like, listen, you need to tell her ASAP. I know she got this court stuff going on, but just go ahead and tell her. So DA Roz, she called concierge to the stand. Madam is like, what? So he get on the stand. He putting stuff out there, right? It was a mess. It was a mess. So Midnight called Renee and tell her, I want to be with you. She was like, why now? Why you change? And so he come up with this story like, I thought about X, Y, and Z, and I really want a woman like you, yada, yada, yada. Because y'all know he trying to set her up to get her to confess to her lying on him and setting him up, right? So we back in the courtroom. Concierge is singing like a bird. Y'all. And so we get over to Babyface, and he's with the doctor that Midnight called for him. Midnight sent for him. The doctor is doing acupuncture on his knee, and he has to have 4 more sessions, but he has to wait 3 or 4 days in between before he can get another acupuncture. So Miss Tandy was basically wanting to know, so when will he be able to bend me over and clap my cheeks? Y'all know Miss Tandy ain't nothing but a upscale hoe. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I know, and I'm the last person. I'm not slut shaming nobody, but Miss Tandy is an old ass nasty lady. All right? She ain't old, but she ain't no spring chicken either. She a nasty ass lady, okay? Anyway, what she don't get from you, she gonna get from your son. I'm sorry, y'all. She already have Quincy on standby. So whatever she don't get from Babyface, she gonna get from Quincy. Now, I do have a question, because I may have missed it, but I want to know, does she know that Quincy and Babyface, their father and son? Y'all, if y'all know, let me know. Drop it down in the comments, because I feel like I missed it. Like, I don't know if she know. Anyway, back in the courtroom, concierge trumped up the footage of her blowing up that house and pushing somebody. I remember she pushed somebody out that window. I remember she blew up that house too. And yeah, she did it. But again, why do you have to bring up old stuff? Like for me, So is it Lovett that did like a cross examine? I don't know. He went as he talked. He had him pegged, but at the same time, we really have to wait to see what you call them, what the jury say. We need to know what the jury think after watching this footage. It all boils down to the jury and what their pick is. So Quincy stands outside of the club. Babyface pulled up, and they get the tongue tussling, right? So Quincy wants them to get along, but Face Face was like, I don't want to get along with you. So Quincy was like, listen, maybe we can just coexist. Just stay out of, not coexist, but just stay out of each other's way. I don't understand why Babyface is the way he is. But y'all know he already have a son, and I don't even think he's a part of that kid's, like the kid he's on child support for. And I want to say, I forget her name, the one who was paying for an apartment for him, the one who he pushed out the window. I wonder if he even sees his other son. I forgot her name, the lady who was like helping him take care of his son, paying for him, just being a sugar mama. All right, he can't be a daddy because he spends too much time being some woman's child. Okay, I am not a fan of Babyface, and I am here for all of his just due. Y'all, I do not, especially what he did to Roshan. And even how he showed up in all of his seasons. He's very mean. He's very ornery. Like, all the other dudes are cool, but Babyface he mean and ornery. Right? So, we get back to the club. Doc tells Madam, what he overheard between Gene and Tony. Now, he couldn't tell her if that was Tony, but he just said it was a woman that Gene was talking to over the woman who owned Maddie B's. Again, he still don't know that that's Amp's mom. He doesn't know that that's Madam's sister. So Blue walks up to Dime and asks, "Did you take the test?" She was like, "No, not yet." So Blue was like, "Well, what you waiting on?" She was like, I don't want to know what the results are. Girl, when I tell you Dime sounds stupid AF, because girl, time ain't waiting on nobody. You might as well go ahead and break the news to Big D. I don't know why I want to call him Baby D. So Tandy called Madam and tell her that she got the eminent domain, the property with the eminent domain. And that was that. Quincy tell Rashawn that he's hooking up with Tandy. Rashawn immediately tell Quincy to stay away from Tandy because she is evil. She's the devil, and she is. Quincy, well, you know what I find so ironic? That you can call Miss Tandy the devil, but you literally work for Satan's daughter, okay? And I love Madam. I'm just saying, you work for Satan's daughter, okay? That's all I wanted to say. So Quincy tells Rashawn, listen, I can't let her go. Basically, he using her just like Babyface is using Tandy. He told Rashawn, he was like, listen, but I still got your back for what Tandy, I won't let Tandy and Babyface get away for what they did to you. Because y'all remember, Babyface pimped Rashawn out to Tandy and her husband. And they did all of that stuff to her. I mean, all of that stuff to him. Like, trauma. That was a lot. So, Big D goes to see what Fuego need. He tells him, listen, this better be good. You could have called me or text me because I got an offer for $2,000 for somebody to piss on them. I was like, ew. Fuego is scared because he got a text, I guess he figured that text, I think it said, I saw you or something. So y'all know he think them drones, somebody watching him. I really think that's concierge. I do. So, Trouble comes, and comes to the club so she can dance. She was going to what they call that room. She was going to the amateur room. So Madam was like, well, where you going? And he was like, I'm going to the amateur room so I can dance. She was like, well, you going the wrong way. The VIP room is the other way. So Madam was just wanting to thank Trouble for how Trouble, saved the day with her testimony. And so we get into the VIP room. Dime brings champagne glasses for the boys. And it was like, we have a surprise. She was like, we have a surprise that's coming in. And so one of them as Quincy, hey, you've been talking to your boy Quincy, meaning Quincy. And so Face was like, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to fool with him, yada, yada, yada. So Fuego was like, why you don't want to fool with him? Like, that's messed up. That's crazy. And so Amp was like, I want a kid. I can't wait to have a kid so I can play ball and yada, yada, yada. So Doc was like, well, what if you have a girl? If I have a girl, I'm going to sit at the table with her while she do tea time with her and all her doggies. So Big D said, listen, I don't want to be nobody daddy for another 10 years. Well, sir, you might as well suck that up because you about to be somebody daddy in about 8 months. Okay? Give or take 7. All right? So Detective Davis goes over to Doc's house. She could have called him. Y'all know I don't like Detective Davis, and the fact that I don't like her with my man is a whole problem. All right? So she comes over to Doc's house unannounced, asking about Naima. Of course, he denies knowing Naima. And she gonna tell him, you need to put some clothes on. He was like, you came over here unannounced. So she was like, you spiked her drink. He took off his robe. Baby, if I would have been a fly on that wall. He was like, do I look like I would spike somebody's drink? At the end of the day, Detective Davis wanted some Zeke. Okay? That's why she went over there. She didn't go over there on Naima's behalf. She know Naima didn't go. So she wanted to go over there. Like, sometimes I think that Doc is just a pretty face he's a dumb man with a pretty face who he just makes stupid decisions. And sleeping with her is probably the dumbest decision, and Madam probably don't know. And she probably went over there, with, I don't know, she may have evidence. I don't know. It may not be too far-fetched just because this is Tyler Perry, and he may just come up with something out of his writer's brain. So I don't know, y'all. Renee then comes over to Midnight's house, and she confessed to setting him up. Well, of course, he records it, and he take the phone out, and I think he hit end record or something, but he recorded her saying all of the things, right? So the next morning, Lovett stops over at Madam's house. He tell her, they may have to take a plea. Madam was like, I'm not doing that. You coming over here with all this negativity. I don't need that type of negativity in my life. All right? She was like, I pay you way too much money for you to come over here and tell me this. Better yet, I'm going to take the stand. Now, she didn't say all that verbatim, but I'm just roundabout saying, Madam about to get on that stand. And I think her getting on the stand is probably going to help her case way more, especially since Concierge got on that stand. All right? So, y'all, this where the episode ended. It was pretty good. I don't know how many episodes we have left. But it seems as though we are, almost to its tail end. So we'll see what happens. Oh, if you have not, y'all, make sure even on your way out, you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also, I will see y'all tonight when I promise y'all, I'm extremely tired. So I'm hoping I don't go to sleep before Housewives of Miami come on, and it comes on at 8 o'clock. So y'all, I will see y'all tonight with the Real Housewives of Miami, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.